Welcome to Switch Comics. My name is Marco, and we are back with another episode of
Hot Comics,
a series where I tell you 5 books that you need to pick up right now before they skyrocket in price. And we are talking about some super hot books today, because I have 5 hot She-Hulk covers that you don't want to miss out on. And before we get into it, I guess I should say, this is my bed. As you know, I've been moving, and so I don't have my slab wall set up yet. I want it up so bad, but I need to wait because I want to be patient and make sure that I have someone that can help me up, so we make sure it's all level and straight and anything before I go. Just get into it myself, and it's like, well, it's crooked and I hate it. But I managed to hang up some posters beside my bed, so there's a little bit of decoration there for you. But unfortunately, you also see the rest of my bed, so there's that. But let's go ahead and get into it with some super sweet books. Now, this week, we are not talking about first appearances or first time this person met this person, and nothing like that. We are strictly talking about hot She-Hulk covers. These are things that just would look beautiful on your wall, just an amazing piece of artwork that you definitely want to proudly display. Now, I'm going to be a little, upfront with you. A little bit of a spoiler. These are all work by John Byrne, and it's also almost entirely from the Sensational She-Hulk run. However, this first one is actually Marvel Age, and I think it's a bit of an undervalued book. This is Marvel Age 76, and it's only about $20. And this is just a beautiful beach cover. And again, some awesome work by John Byrne. I love John Byrne. When I think of She-Hulk, I think of John Byrne. I mean, he's done a lot of other amazing work as well, but definitely when I think of She-Hulk, the covers that pop in my head are all John Byrne covers. So this is a book that I think, in my opinion anyway, has a little bit of a lower value just based on the fact that it's not from the Sensational She-Hulk run. And I don't think as many people think of this cover and immediately associate it when they're specking on She-Hulk books. They don't immediately go to Marvel Age, So I think this one might fly under the radar a little bit. And again, I mean, all these works of art are just amazing. And if that's really where the value comes from. None of these are significant keys or anything crazy. Well, I guess one kind of is. We'll talk about in a little bit. But for the most part, we're just appreciating the art here. And if that's the case, then this is one that you still might be able to pick up for pretty cheap and, have something nice to display. Now, moving on to Sensational She-Hulk. And again, Sensational She-Hulk all the way throughout here. But we're going to talk about number 39. And this is about a $30 book. And this one and the next one are kind of funny. I like a lot of the She-Hulk covers. Number 1, and I forget what the number is, but the last issue of that Sensational run, she's talking about ripping up your X-Men comics and stuff like that. And this one, don't get me wrong, I'm just doing this because it makes a good cover. It's just something funny, it's something quippy, and it's what I like about She-Hulk. And again, just another beautiful cover, one that, mind you, I don't think I have any of these in my collection, which is a detriment. It's something I've been meaning to pick up on, and I've almost picked up a couple, and I don't know, I didn't pull the trigger, and I regret a couple of these, because some of these have gone up in price, and I had a chance to get them a little while ago, and didn't do it. Moving on now to Sensational She-Hulk 43, again, another $30 book, I'm sorry. And this one's funny as well. It's she says this cover has cover has nothing to do with the story, but I had to sell this book somehow. Again, funny. I enjoy it. I typically don't like text on my covers, but I do with this She-Hulk stuff because they're genuinely goofy, and I like that. I enjoy the joke, and I can't say that I always. Scotty Young has good text on his covers most of the time, so I'm very picky, I guess, in that regard. But general rule of thumb, I don't want any speech bubbles on my covers. However, I will make some exceptions. In She-Hulk, Scotty Young, I'm sure there's some other examples out there, but let me know what you think about that, because I know, some people do, some people don't. There's certain things that people don't like on covers, whether it's speech bubbles or signatures or I don't know. I'm a big not a fan. What would you call an anti-fan? I don't know. I don't like it when it's has like the floating heads. I'm sure you've seen those before on different. It's kind of a. I don't think they do it as often anymore. Definitely more of an old school type thing. But me and my brother both hate the floating heads covers. It's like, just if you want to put the character in there, draw the character in there. If not, just leave them out. It's fine. Don't do the floating heads. I hate that. But we're going to move on. I'm on a bit of a tangent here to Sensational She-Hulk 34. This is one I almost bought, and I regret. It's now a $50 book. I think when I had the chance to buy it, it was like $30. So upset about that. And this is the Vanity Fair cover. Honestly, probably my favorite one. It's not the most expensive one, and that's usually how I, rank these lists. I start with the cheap stuff, and I get to the most expensive. However, if I had to pick one, if I could just be given one, graced by, Stan Lee himself handing it to me, I would pick this cover out of all the ones on my list. I think it is super, super beautiful cover, and it's just super well done. I really, really like it, and I'm mad at myself for not picking it up when I had the opportunity. I think is one of those situations. It's like that comic or this other comic, and I was like, I don't know. I think the other one, is probably a key of some sort, and I was like, that one's just a cover buy, but I'll get the key, and I don't remember what it was. It was a while ago. But man, if you're selling any of these covers, hit me up, because I want all of them. I don't have any of these, and I would love to have any of them at all. And also, let's keep in mind, there are other beautiful She-Hulk covers that aren't on this list. So if there's one that is partial to you that didn't make the list, don't worry. There's some I left out. There's some funny ones I left out. Some beautiful ones I left out. It's just how it is. I made a list of 5. And we're gonna get to the last one here. Sensational She-Hulk number 40. Now this one's the big one. It's about $150 book. And this one, although again, not my favorite cover, I think Vanity Fair is better. This one I guess you could call a key because it's a controversial issue. I don't know how that works. Is that making it controversial? Does that make it a key? It has something key about it, even though it's not what you would typically think. It's not a first appearance or anything like that. So is that a key? I would say so. But regardless, as you can see on the cover, She-Hulk is naked, covered up by a piece of newspaper. And then there's a couple of panels. I forget how many exactly. But there's a 2 or a few or something panels of her jump roping while naked in the book. Now, granted, you don't see anything. It's all, obscured, I think, by shadow and, how they have the camera, I call it. But you don't see anything, but it is definitely implied that she is completely naked and jump roping. So there's that. And again, it is a stunning cover, and that's what this is all about. But I had to throw it on here because it is the big one. It is the very expensive one because it is controversial, and sometimes that makes a book sell pretty well. There's a controversial Alf comic that I really want. I'm a big fan of Alf. You should know. He's not here with me now. I think he's actually still at the other house. But Alf is usually in my videos. But anyway, that is the 5 that I picked out for today. I would love to know what you think about these comics. Do you have any of these comics? And more importantly, do you have any that you'd be willing to sell? Hit me up and let me know, because I'm looking for these. I don't have any of them. I think the only She-Hulk cover I have is the Pulp Fiction homage, which is another great one that I left off the list. I might do a secondary list, and if I do that one, I'll definitely make it a little sneak preview, I guess. But I have some other ones, obviously, that could go on that list as well. If you wanted to see that one, let me know. And I think that's going to be it for today. Thank you all so much for keeping with me while I'm moving and things are crazy. I hope to, hear from you in the comments. I always love chit-chatting and all that good stuff. And that's going to be it for today. When I see you next time, there might be a different background. I don't know. We'll see. Bye-bye.